Hello and welcome back to Flight Sim World. Thank you very much for joining me in this video. And last time out we were flying out from I can't even remember. We flew out from Southampton, that's where it was. Oh, what a nice way to start this video. We flew out from Southampton and we're flying towards Bristol, and we just joined up on the star for Bristol, so that's the Bristol 1 Charlie approach. What we're going to be doing in this video, if I can get this head tracking working, which now it is. Ooh, that's a very nice picture, isn't it? I could use that. Anyway, back to sensible head tracking. What we're going to be doing in this video is we're going to be hopefully landing at Bristol Airport. That's Echo Golf Golf. No, it's not. Yes, it is. It's Echo Golf Golf Delta. Yes, Echo Golf Golf Delta. So what we're going to do first of all is I want to get the ATIS up for it, so I know what runway we're landing on. I'm hoping it's runway 27, but we never know. So we'll go for 126, and hopefully this works this time, because last time it didn't. 126.25, isn't it? I probably went the wrong way. I did go the wrong way, but that's okay. Swap that in.
Bristol Airport.
Lovely.
Sierra.
Right.
08 Zulu. Wind
157 at 6. Okay, it's not too bad.
Visibility greater than 20 miles. In rain. Sky condition. Ceiling 1,800 brook. Severe thunderstorms in the area.
Oh.
Temperature 15. Dew point 5. Altimeter 2992.
Runway 9.
ILS runway 9 in use.
Okay.
Landing and depart runway 9.
Okay, that's fine. Now, one thing that I know is incorrect is the altimeter is showing 29902. That's not right. So, right, runway 9 is in use. So how do I bring an aircraft into runway 9? Because I'm not sure about the procedures to get to runway 9 from here. What I do know is that I need to get the ILS ready for this. So the ILS for it is going to be 110.5, which I've got down there. So let's get it ready on here, because I don't need anything else. 110, that's 112, 111, 110 point, come on, 0.5, there we go. Right, we'll leave that there. Next up, I need to figure out what I need to do. So I should be getting ready for a descent. As a matter of fact, we've got a bit of clear sky around this area. I feel like descending to... Well, how far away are we? We're 14 nautical miles away. Now we need to be 32 nautical miles away when we're turning in at Pomax. So if I were to descend at 20 nautical miles to 4,000 feet, that should be pretty good. Is that the moon? Or is that just a really bad cloud? I can't tell. The clouds are... I mean, the weather's been decent. The barometric pressure is clearly wrong, but the weather itself has been pretty decent in terms of realism. This weather radar, however, is doing nothing, so I'm going to switch it off. Unless I had it in the wrong mode. Hold on, there's one more mode I can go into. Nope. Let's find out. That mode. Is that the mode I need? I'll leave it in that mode for a while, and let's see what we can come up with. Right, we're at 17. Let's change the altitude, data entry, not to that, 4,000 feet, sure. Currently have our vertical speed to 0, so I'm going to ensure that we have our vertical speed to 0, and then we'll start descending shortly. As a matter of fact, you know what, no, start descending now, it's fine. Let's bring that power back. Start descending at 300. Let's start descending at 500 feet a minute. There you go. Is that going to work? I think it should. I'm not entirely sure if this is going to work or not. Data entry inactive. That should start descending us. No? Come on. Vertical speed. Vertical speed. There you go. Please work. Oh, yep, that's descending us. Fantastic. Alright, we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. 500 foot per minute descent. Right, okay, so bringing us into runway 9. This is going to be interesting. I have no idea of the approach procedures here. So for runway 9, what do I do? So we're not looking for an RNAV approach, we're just looking for a standard ILS approach to runway 9. If that's RNAV, NDB approach. Oh, we don't have an ILS for this. Okay, that's going to be a problem. We don't have an ILS on runway 9. Really? No, you must have an ILS. I must be reading this wrong. More than likely, I'm just reading this chart wrong. Cat 3 NDB ILS DME. The approach plates. By the way, again, if you want to know what these are, do check out my series, the Ground Up Advanced Flight Tutorials. That will give you all the information that you need. I need to keep an eye on that, the distance. We're getting quite close. Alright, 3,000 feet. 3,000 feet. We're now in the soup. It's very cloudy. We've descended into the cloud level. If we can come down to 3,000 feet and manage that, we'll then... Okay, so I think, if I'm reading this correctly, we're supposed to fly over the NDB. This is ridiculous. We're supposed to fly over the NDB, and then we have to turn and, okay, fly around. That makes little to no sense, but that's okay. So let's get an NDB set up. So I'll sort this out. So our approach is going to be 252. So let's get that on 252. We're in the rain again. Right. Get rid of that. So I can see that. There it is. So we just need to make sure we're constantly pointing towards it. We're waiting for 32.4 nautical miles. And then we're going to turn. So we're almost there, as you can see. We're at 29.9. There's 30. This is not working. I don't care what anybody says. That's not even showing. I am literally in a cell right now. I am in a weather cell and it's not showing me anything. Right. You can switch off. 31 nautical miles. And we're looking for 32.4. So at 32 I'll start the turn. And we are descending quite nicely, which I'm happy about. There we go. To heading hold. Turn heading. 252. Switch this over to Bristol. That's not Bristol. 110.15, please. That's Bristol. There we go. There we go. IBTS, that's the localizer for Bristol, which is fantastic. We'll set this to be runway, even though we don't really have to change this. I'll set this for runway 9. And the exact approach is, I think, is 89. So we'll have that on 89 if I can do that. Yep, that's fantastic. Okay, we are descending. We've got a distance marker, 22 nautical miles. We're descending quite nicely. We're at 5,000 We're below 5,000 feet. I would like to change my altitude to 3,000 feet, please. There we go. Right, so at least that does work. The vertical speed's a little bit confusing, but that seems to work, so I'm happy about that. There's some good going on there. Compensating for the wind that's blowing us in that direction, I should probably do that 1 over. Even though it's just 6 knots, at the speed I'm doing, it should be absolutely fine. So 252 once again. But I am going to start slowing down slowly. We are going to have some slowing down. Oh, look at that! That looks so cool. We're just breaking out of the clouds. I have to say, when it's moments like these where I think Flight Sim World really is going to do absolutely fantastic. At moments like these where you stop, you start coming out of the clouds like so, and you start seeing all this sort of stuff. I think that's brilliant. It just needs that optimization on it, and I think that optimization is very, very important. Now, the question is how far... Right, so Bristol, yeah, that's right up where we are, so that's fine. So it's literally that entire distance is going to be to Bristol. So that's not a problem at all. We'll get down to 3,000 feet in plenty of time, which is brilliant. So once we're down to 3,000 feet, let's go to... there's another airport there. That's what? I have no idea what that airport is. Ha! It's sort of out of the range of the chart. That's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring ourselves down to that sort of altitude, and then we have to follow a very interesting approach chart. And again, like I said, watch the series The Ground Up Advanced Flight Tutorials on my channel to further understand these. I'll bring that back a little bit. At this point in time, I'm going to start bringing my mixture up. If I can have a look at it. There we go. And is my propeller back up? No, not my throttle. I'm going to bring my propeller all the way up again. There we go. 14 nautical miles. We're almost down to 3,000 feet. We've got a good descent path going. Now, what I need to do is I need to get to the Bristol NDB. As I cross the Bristol NDB, I need to switch to a heading. Oh, this is going to be a nightmare. I'm going to go for a Category B aircraft. I'm going to say we're going to do this as a Category B aircraft, which is up to 120 knots. No, let's do this as a Category C aircraft. We'll do this slightly faster. We'll do it at about 130 knots. Again, the categories should be explained in tomorrow's video. That is Bristol. Awesome. At least I think that's Bristol. Oh, nothing recognizable there just yet. So let's start slowing ourselves down. There we go. We're at 3,000 feet. Fantastic. Now, we need to get down to 2,500 feet. But not just yet. So first things first is slow ourselves down. We have 11 miles to go. Yeah, that's definitely Bristol. Don't know what airport that is now. Now I don't have airport charts up, so we do need to make a correction on our course. So let's turn back towards... We're just slightly off course, ever so slightly due to the wind. So we'll just make a slight correction there to compensate. There we go. I think 248 should... Come on, 248 should help us. Okay. This River Severn estuary should be ahead of us. We're going to fly over the estuary and then back into the airport. We're 9 miles from the airport. Airport not in sight unless that's it ahead of us. That could be it just there. But otherwise I have to say airport not in sight. We've slowed down to the speed we want to be at, so that's good. This is certainly lagging now. Head tracking is okay. Head tracking seems to be running at a decent rate, but the sim is lagging, and that's a bit of a problem. But that's okay. That's okay. We can certainly accommodate and compensate for it. Not accommodate it. Why would we accommodate a sim? No, no, no. That's the airport ahead of us. So airfield in sight. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to fly up to the airfield, then switch to a heading of 280. Then we need a distance marker. Oh boy. Oh no, we do have an... Here we go. I've got an ILS for the runway. Fantastic. I thought this runway would have an ILS. So we're going to go for a distance marker. I'm surprised it hasn't come up yet. 110.15. It's 88 is the final course, by the way, not 89. So that's 88 now. No, that's 87. Go to 88. There we go, that's 88. 5 nautical miles, that is definitely Bristol Airport. We're maintaining 3,000. I would like to ensure that we get down to 2,500 sharpish. So I want to do that. Not that. $2,500. We're not going to have that set in just yet, so I've not pressed that button to ensure that we begin that descent, because we can't begin that descent until we are crossing over that threshold, which is in 3.5 miles. I was still tracking that NDB. I should have been paying a little bit more attention to that, because we have gone a little bit off course, but it's okay. We've got to watch those hills over there. Right, we're going for a 285. 285 is what we want. Right, we've captured the glide slope, which is good. You can see that GS right there, but we are flying above it. Keep going. Where's the airport? Only a mile. It's literally out of our sight now because we're right over it. Right, at this point we're going to go track 285. We've just passed over the airport. You can just see that localizer has gone completely cuckoo. So we're now going to go 285. Is that 285? That's 285 on the heading hold, and dial in our new... There we go. That should start another descent at 500 foot per minute. Oh, fantastic. This is actually working for the first time in a long time. I've got the autopilot working on this. It suddenly makes this aircraft a lot nicer to fly. But like I said, the issue with this aircraft is that the autopilot doesn't work through there. That weather radar doesn't work, and there are definitely bugs with this aircraft. Is that a shadow from the cloud? I don't think so. It kind of looks like it, but I'm not sure. No, it could be a shadow from the hill, because it's all a very hilly area, as you can see. It's sort of the coast. There's the River Severn estuary, and then you got Cardiff that way, and then the sort of going out to the Channel that way. Actually, out into the Atlantic that way. To the bottom of the Channel and the Atlantic, but it follows all the way around. So you have to go all the way around Penzance and stuff to get back on the channel, but just out that way, Atlantic and the Irish Sea and all that kind of stuff. Right, so we're waiting for 8 nautical miles on there. Should probably slow down a smidge. I am going to... Our descent rate is not ideal. I'd rather the descent rate increases. Ah, that's because it didn't. Okay. It's okay, we're managing. It just disabled the descent rate. I'm going to bring the mixture right the way up now. Propeller controls are up. Mixture is completely at maximum. Our descent to 2,500 is done, which is perfect. This is going very well. This is actually going really, really well. Oh, shut up. That flying tip ruins the day. Okay. Now, what we need to do is we need to... Okay, this is going to be interesting. We're waiting for 8 nautical miles there. Then we start a turn to join on to this. So we're going to do an approach. Shush, you. So we're just waiting. So we're 1 nautical mile away. We should just be coming up to the coast. There you go. We're on the coast. Now we're going to swing back in. And I believe once we finish our swing, we'll be just over that bit of land there. And that should be 8 nautical mile mark. No, just shy of it. A few hundred yards to go. That's it. That's the one. Turn it in. So now we're turning into a heading of 088. But we're going to do this nice and slowly. As a matter of fact, we're going to arm approach. Going to do that. Come on. We're just going to... So we have to line up with the localizer at this speed. And we're going to maintain this speed. And hopefully you can see there, approach, glide slope, everything's ready to go. It should just pick this up. But we must maintain the 8 on that. It's very important to maintain that. And there it goes. There it goes. That's on approach mode. That's actually in... It should even acquire the glide slope momentarily as we're back in the rain. And now we'll start slowing ourselves down. Runway in sight. There's the lights for it. We are good. Landing gear out. I'm hoping this acquires the glide slope and switches to glide slope mode. Flaps to 1. Has that acquired the glide? I do not know. I certainly hope it has. I do not think it has. Oh no, it's on the glide. It's on the glide. It's captured the glide slope. We've got it. Right. This is fantastic. We've actually got a really good landing coming up for us. Now, obviously, the rain is going to make it difficult. Someone did request rain, didn't they, in the Malibu? So, there you go. Your request has been granted. Yeah, we're doing quite well. I think we're doing really, really well. Let's slow us down a bit. I don't want to be outside flap range. Kind of want to be at... Should I get to 100 knots? Oh, well, that's out the rain again. Awesome. I see some pylons down there. And power lines. Descent profile looks good. We are still in autopilot, which is amazing. Absolutely amazing. We can ignore the vertical speed now because it's not doing anything with it. We can switch off the autopilot just by pressing this button here once we are ready. But I feel like leaving in autopilot as long as I possibly can, given the wind conditions and the fact that I'm still not very used to this aircraft. He says, having done 2 really good landings previously. But yeah, this has been a really good flight, I think. Hopefully you guys agree, and if you do agree, make sure you're hitting that like button and that you are subscribing to the channel. I'm going to do that. And you're leaving comments to say, yeah, that was a decent flight, well done, or that was a rubbish flight, do better. Right, my landing speed is going to be 90 knots, so I'm now slowing down to my desired landing speed. Well, I'm going to go 90 plus 5, so let's go for 95-ish. There is a bit of turbulence. I'm just debating when to switch that autopilot off. Now. There's the turbulence. There's the crosswind. Okay, good. I've got a feeling on that crosswind. Get that descent trimmed up quite nicely. Let's turn in a little bit more. Get a wing low. That's good. That's good. That's good. I'm happy with that approach. Bring it in. Bring it in quite nicely. Lining up with the runway. It's all clear ahead of me. Throttle up a little bit. Want the higher speed because of the wind. You can see that wind is actually quite... Okay, that's pushing us down to the... That's pushing us over quite significantly. So I am going to stop making... There we go. There's some adjustments going in. And I'll reduce power now. Let's see if we can bring this aircraft down smoothly, even in the wind. Ooh, slight bounce, ever so slightly, but we are down. Fantastic. Ailerons into the wind. And rudder out of it. Awesome. We are down. Right, we'll see if we can exit this taxiway, which is what, Delta, on the brakes here. See if we can exit taxiway Delta. A little bit difficult to slow the aircraft down and maintain its control on the runway. There we go. Welcome to Bristol Airport. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Flight Sim World. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think. I think I'm getting sort of okay at flying this aircraft. Not brilliant, but I'm getting sort of okay at flying this aircraft, and that's always a good sign. Do support me on Patreon. Link to that is in the description box below, or you can just visit www.patreon.com/ecgadget. You can follow me on Twitter. I think link to that is in the description box below too. And with Patreon, whatever you give, you will get access to the Discord lounge, and at $5 or more you'll get access to both the Patreon specific area, so the private area for patrons only, and the Flight Sim tutorials area. So the tutorials area is where you learn all this stuff in addition to the videos that I post. Thank you very much for watching. Should I swing off in this direction? I think I should. So thank you very much for watching once again, and I will see you guys next time in Flight Sim World. Oh look, a petrol pump.